What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with more Danmachi. Now, today we're going to be talking about Earth Zone. We talked about Dark Zone the other day, and I really kind of underestimated how easy Earth Zone was going to be. I say easy. The difficulty on this is ramped up a little bit. I feel like there's a little bit of health on these dudes, but let's show the team here before we get too deep into this, okay? So, I've only A-cleared it with this team, but I really know after doing this run that an S-clear is well within reach. So, basically, if you notice, the team here is comprised of course, Haruhime and Line, who we always use on teams like this, and all of the wind units that we've gotten in the current events. Now, you'll notice that the only one that's max limit broken is the free-to-play one, and I don't even have her, like, hero ascended, just because you have to pay for her hero ascension, and I really don't feel like it's worthwhile in this unit. At least not for my team. Like, if you're totally free to play, and she's someone that you're going to use on the regular, go for it. It's not very expensive. But for me, I'm not going to use her very much, and she's really only there for collection purposes. So, I don't see the value in my team of giving her hero ascension, especially considering she doesn't follow the new meta as much, so we're not really going to use her to great extents here. But now, our main unit is going to be the new Ryu, the new Wind Ryu. She's +3. She has 3-star hero ascension. She is absolutely stellar, and she's going to do great things on this team. Great things. Now, as far as assists go, because I'm going to go on a limb and say, you have probably all these units. If you've been doing any summons, first of all, if you don't have the free-to-play Ryu, go finish part 1. Go get her. She's totally worth. Obviously, that should be a no-brainer on everybody's team, okay? The new Ryu, even if you don't have her +3, if you have her +1, +2, she's still going to be a great unit on this team. She's still going to hit very, very well. So, definitely max yours out, at least do the best you can before we get up there. I haven't even given mine full hero ascension. If I did, she'd be hitting way harder, and I'll show you what I mean here in a moment. But basically, the long and the short of it is I'm so low on hero lights, I've got to be a little bit picky about what I'm going to do with them. So I'm going to stick with 3-star hero ascension and the +3 on her. Same with Shakti. Shakti's +3 and only 3-star hero ascension. Now, Finn. Finn is a mixed bag because I think he's going to be really, really, really good, but I've not received any bonds of him. I've just received the unit, and that's it. Part 3 has not been very good to me at all. Part 2 is way better to me, which is hilarious because Part 3's units are way better. But nonetheless, it just means that we're going to have to go whale here shortly. So make sure you're following this. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date when we do live streams, because that's when we do all of our summons. So, Finn is actually going to get sacked out. Basically what that means is, if you're not familiar with that term, we're going to use the swap anklet. Turn 1, Line, in slot 3, is going to be swapped out. She's going to give us 33% of Seigei's charge to the 2 Ryus and to Haruhime. Turn 2, Finn is going to come in. In turn 3, Shakti is going to come in with the Finn assist, who's going to give 33% of Seigei's charge to everybody else. Now, there is some kind of strategy and something to be said for putting Finn on Haruhime, and if you have Casino Seer, putting Casino Seer on Shakti will kill this even faster with that methodology. But basically, I have the assist on Haruhime that's going to basically decrease strength and magic to all of our other units. There's better assists to put on her, but at the moment, I really am just kind of using the unit I can. In fact, we could use one of the Hestias. That I would really like to just use as many Hestias as possible, if I'm honest. Let's go ahead and filter this down by just Hestia assists. And let's grab a Hestia assist. And the reason that I would do that is because we just got all those free-to-play Hestias in our boxes. So I'm sure people have a lot of new Hestia units or Hestia units they may not have used before, etc., etc. I'm trying to think who's going to be the best fit. Maybe her. Yeah, strength -20. Let's use her. Just because, once again, the only Hestia on this team that you're not going to have the opportunity to get anymore is the Reindeer Hestia. She was from, I think, 2 years ago, Christmas event. So, you probably don't have this Hestia. And that's fine. You're not going to need her. Basically, if you're following along, this first Hestia is -20% strength, to all foes. If you don't have her maximum broken, that's fine. She's going to be 15%. This Hestia, which, once again, you did collect, is magic plus 20%. Once again, that's going to be 15% to all allies if she's not max limit broken. This Hestia is very important. She's a must on this team. In fact, I haven't even leveled her up because I use her as a sack. After this turn, she's going to be gone. Now, she does all allies strength 10%. Most of our units are magic, so we're not really worried about that. And foes, water and wind resist down 10%. That wind resist down 10% is going to be vital. You are going to need that. I wish I had her maximum broken. I don't. If you do, definitely swap her out for one of the Hestias that you don't have maximum broken. The next Hestia is this Hestia, who increases AoE damage. Basically, attack all targets plus 15%, allies agility plus 10%. Pretty straightforward stuff. Now, this Hestia is the only Hestia in the game that actually increases wind damage. So, if you're following along and you're really kind of doing your math on this, this does mean that Ryu in the front is going to be our primary damage unit. Shakti's lacking some of these main buffs. She's still going to hit well, but her ult isn't going to do very much. So we're going to be doing all of our SAs with that second Ryu. Shakti, on the other hand, has the new Finn, the one that came with part 1 of the event, and that's going to give 33% to everybody, and that is definitely going to come in handy. You do want some kind of SA buffing on this team so you get fast special attacks. Having quick special attacks is going to be vital to success in this. So let's go ahead and start this off. I'm going to go ahead and do my big debuff with Haruhime. We're going to do our buffs with all of our units. And if you watched any of these before, you already know what to do. But here, we're going to do skill 1. With Line, we're going to do skill 2, and then skill 1 with the free-to-play Ryu. Okay? And that's basically just to make sure that we don't take insane, excessive damage right at the very beginning. Alright. On turn 2, I'm going to do skill 3 with Haruhime, skill 2 with Ryu, skill 1, that's going to give us minus 40% wind resistance, and that is basically going to just absolutely destroy these units. They're going to go, you see right now they're minus 60%, they're going to go down to minus 100%. It's going to be killer. Okay? So, yep, Deadly Calm, and then skill 2 with the free-to-play Ryu. Free-to-play Ryu looks like she took some damage. I wasn't paying enough attention, but they might have just, like, went crazy on her. That's the thing. That's why Haruhime's there, though. That extra heal is going to be super handy. Alright. Now, skill 3. We're going to talk about something special. First of all, we're going to do skill 2 with Haruhime. We're going to continue doing skill 2 here. We're going to do skill 1 with Shakti. Now, this is where it gets interesting. If I go down here for the Ryu, she does additional actions, Justice Moment, 2 turns left. If you know how this works, and we actually are going to do the buff on Shakti to do that as well. So, Shakti's first skill does a self plus 3 actions, same as the skill 1 for Ryu. The 3 actions occur on the turn after. So in other words, we did that on turn 1 for Ryu. That means turns 2, 3, and 4 get those actions. If you're really paying attention, skill 4 is where we're going to rebuff that for Ryu. So on turn 3, we're going to be doing that for Shakti. That means 4, 5, and 6 are going to have that skill effect. That means on turn 6, we need to rebuff it. I know it sounds weird, but the effects are actually applied the following turn. So if you think about it, that first turn where you buff it doesn't count for that action. Action happens the turn after that. So when you have 1 left, which is going to be turn 4 for Ryu, we've got to buff that skill. So Shakti is going to use her skill. Raksha. I'm not even going to try to butcher that. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and do that. It's her first turn. So on turn 6, we're going to have to rebuff her. Ryu's going to get rebuffed next turn. And with the free-to-play Ryu, we're just going to spam skill 2 to the end of the match. Alright? Bam. And the reason we're doing skill 2 with Haruhime is just to make sure that we get a little bit more penetration and critical damage from everybody. It's just going to help everybody do a lot more later on in the fight. Bam. There you go. Look at that. Perfect. Now, we're going to go back to do skill 3. I know you see that we have an SA up there. We're going to do a double SA with Haruhime and the summonable Ryu. Now, notice here, I go down here one more time. It says additional actions, Justice Moment, 1 turn left. So we need to rebuff Justice Moment, and it's going to be 3 turns on the following turn. Okay? That does mean that with Shock D, we're going to do skill 2. And like I said, with the free-to-play Ryu, we're just going to spam skill 2. Let's go. And I believe turn 6, we're going to get a double SA. I believe turn 6. Maybe turn 7. I might be a little late of that. Maybe turn 7. Either way, we're really aiming for that double SA. The extra couple of turns with 100% damage would be nice. But, yeah, no, turn 6, absolutely for certain. But I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. And we're going to get basically 100,000 extra damage out of Ryu than we would otherwise get. So I think it's well worthwhile. So if I go down here one more time, you'll notice that additional actions, Justice Moment, it's back to 3 turns. You get 3 turns out of it. Just buff it. When it's 1 turn left, just buff it. Okay? Shock T's got 2 turns left. So turn 6, we're going to have to rebuff hers. So we're going to do skill 3, skill 2, skill 2, skill 2. Lego. Alright. So now we've got our double SA. And that means turn 6, we're going to go ahead and double SA with these units. Okay? Do special arts there, and like I said, we're going to have to rebuff this. So with Shakti, we're going to do skill 1, and Ryu, the free-to-play one, guess what we're going to do? Yeah, skill 2. She's just kind of sitting there just going, okay, yawn. But that's kind of what she's designed to do here. The only downside with Shakti is Shakti's going to run out of steam before the end of this. It is unfortunate, but that's just the nature of how this works for her. Go, girl. Boom. So that would have hit for about 3.5, I want to say, without the extra boost. Now, the nice part is, every turn from this point on, she's going to be doing that much damage. And I want to point out, she's doing that at +3 with only 3-star Ascension. She will hit way harder if she's given more than my unit has. So if you got lucky and you pulled a ton of her, congratulations. I'm a little jealous, I'm not going to lie. Justice Moment has 2 turns left, so we're going to do Twin Gale. We're going to go ahead and go back to that, because that's going to have 3 turns left. And let's go. From this point on, we're pretty much on autopilot. We're just going to kind of continue doing that back and forth. When one runs out, we rebuff it. And when we get an SA gauge, we're going to, or SA, when we get an SA up there, we're going to do a single SA with Ryu. Doing a double would be nice, but I've just not noticed enough damage out of these units to justify it. Probably because the levels, I'm going to be real. But Shakti doesn't seem to do nearly what Ryu does. So we're going to be a little cautious about that. Alright, so she's down to 1 turn, so we're going to go ahead and buff Justice Moment. I believe this will be down to 2 turns. Yep, so we're going to do that next turn. Alright. So skill 3, skill 1, skill 2, skill 2. Now, we're not quite down to half health on these guys, but they'll start dropping off the map here real quickly. Now, if everything works out, we should get 450,000 out of Ryu on this one, on this SA. Let's see, this is the turn we're going to have to redo skill 1. So, skill 3, SA, skill 1, skill 2, let's go. So we're hoping for about 450. If you double SA with her, she gets about 550. But unfortunately, since my Shakti is so low level, she only does about 150. So it really pays to do reuse over and over and over again. Waiting for a double SA doesn't make a lot of sense with the team I've got built. Now, if your Shakti is way higher level, see, right there, perfect. If your Shakti is higher level, or has more Ascension in her, or whatever, and you feel like she can hit comparably, if she can hit in the 350 range, you absolutely could 100% do a double SA with her. There also is something to be said for maybe buffing Shakti instead of the free-to-play Ryu, since we're just kind of throwing the Ryu away. But I went with what I went with, and I kind of stand by it. There are probably ways to do it a little bit faster, if I'm completely honest. So both of these are now at turn 3. They aren't going to stay on the same level. In fact, Shakti's going to jump ahead of Ryu just because we're going to keep SAing with Ryu. As you can see, we're going to get another SA on turn 11. But let's just go ahead and skill 3, skill 2, skill 2, skill 2. Pretty straightforward stuff. So there is the possibility you could buff Shakti a little more by putting the free-to-play Ryu on the back. Might be a better tactic, completely honest. I haven't played with that option, but you could fart around with the Steam a little bit and definitely get some more damage out of him. There's really no question about that. And this is what I meant by Shakti's going to run out of Steam. So Shakti's basically got one turn left, and then she's just going to kind of fall on her face. So that's all right. Let's see. She has 83, and that costs 41. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a basic turn with her, and then that way I can keep doing the extra low attack action. I think it's going to pay out a little bit better in the long run. All right. So once again, let's go. Another SA. We're looking for 4.5. Go, girl. Get that revenge, girl. Get that revenge. Boom. Love it. And you can see, like I said, they just start falling off at this point. Like, every time USA, they're just falling all over themselves. So, it does pay out. At least in my opinion, it pays out. So, we don't have enough to do Yosuga on this turn, so we're going to do skill 2 with Haruhime, rebuff her MP. We're going to go ahead and do skill 2 with Ryu. That should be for one more turn. Yep. And I believe we're going to have to rebuff down here with Shakti. Yep. And I'm going to continue after this turn doing a base attack with her. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, she doesn't have enough to do the other way around, so we're going to just do base attacks with her. Only because, I mean, I suspect we're going to finish this off in the next, what? 2-3 turns? Let's see. So, on this turn I should have to buff. Yep. Skill 1, I'm going to go back and do a base attack with her, just to be on the safe side. Yep. So, skill 2... Yeah, nothing should be falling off here. Yeah, everything's got enough turns because of Yosuga. So, skill 2. Skill 1, base attack, and skill 2. And once again, I wish Shakti had a little bit more MP. Maybe amending the team to give her an MP assist would be nice. But let's see here. Turn 14, we're going to get another SA. Now, there we go. Let's see. Can we do this? They have 1,000,000 health. Ooh, we might fall just short. Ooh. That's no good. Let's go ahead and do an SA, see where we get. Yeah. Base attack. And let's see what happens here. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little concerned. We might fall just shy. I mean just shy of the S clear. And that would be very unfortunate. Go, girl! Yeah, we need one more SA for the S clear. There's definitely an argument for putting the Casino Seer on there. I could probably take the other Hestia assist off, put Finn on the front, and then put the other Casino Seer on the back. But, you know, it's a thing. Okay? So we're going to do skill 3, skill 2. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I guess it doesn't really matter because the other ones, yeah. I'm I'm going to go ahead and do skill 1 here, just because I feel like this is going to go out to turn 16, unfortunately. Yep, I need 1 SA just ever so slightly faster. Oof! That is rip the S clear. But if you noticed, there are some holes in the team. There are ways to improve this a little bit. I really feel like if I put Shakti on the front row, it would have been a done deal. I think she is definitely lacking some damage, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's done deal now. Like this is the last turn. Period. End of discussion. So I'm just lacking a tiny bit of damage there to get this cleared. But, like I said, if I put Shakti on the front row, if she had that 20% magic, I bet she would do it. I really thought the other Ryu might, because she's max limit broken, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, do we have 1 straggler? Oh, my goodness. Damn. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to do an amendment on this team real quick. If you can build this team, give them some hero ascension, it'll be done. Give them an extra bond, it's done. It's an easy S clear with a little bit of work. If I was going to redo this, and I'm going to be honest, I would swap these two around. I would put Finn there, put the AoE Hestia there, and then I would put Casino Seer there. No, it's the new Seer. I'm looking for Casino Seer. There. If you can build that, you're good to go. Now, I will preface this by saying, if you run this team and your units aren't quite as high level as mine, make sure you put some Hero Ascension in there. That's going to help out drastically. But if you have even remotely this team, you could play with this and get yourself a clear and get those rewards. It's definitely worth doing. I'm just going to run through here one more time and just try to do a quick run of this and try to get the S clear. Let's go. In fact, I'm going to do a double SA with... do an SA in turn 4 with Haru. And do a double SA with Ryu and Shakti just to see what happens. Alright? And you could kind of follow along with this if you've been basically taking notes. So, turn 2, turn 1. Let's go. And no, it is really not worth doing their turn 3 because it's all single target. And you definitely need the AoE for this. Alright. Good, we got that heal. That's perfect. Skill 1. Those two are going to stay skill 2. We're going to do Sheikah on this turn. Let's go. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and do Haru's SA here, because if we're going to wait to get a double SA, I think we're going to be in a little bit better spot. So yes. So rebuff. Skill 2 is just going to get spammed. And we're going to go back and do an SA here. Remember, that's going to give 100% strength and magic as well as the heal. So it's never not worth doing Haruhime's SA unless you're in a situation where someone removes buffs. Not debuffs, but obviously buffs. Then you're fine, but that's usually like Record Buster. It's rare that one of these events does that. Alright. They have done it before. 7th Zone used to be stupid hard. I'm really glad that it is what it is nowadays. But, alright. So, I'm going to gauge... We're going to get a double SA turn 7. That's what I'm going to guesstimate. Alright. Skill 2, skill 2. Yosuga, let's go. And remember, now the free-to-play Ryu does have 100% SA gauge charge, and everybody in the front is 66%. So if my SA is building even faster, probably can't tell yet, but you'll tell by the end of the match. If my SA is growing even faster, that's the reason. We're going to go ahead and do, let's see, 2 lefts we're going to do in turn 7. So 3, 2, 2, 2, go. All right. Come on, turn 7 double SA. That's what we really want. And maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe it's going to be turn 8. Maybe it's going to be turn 8. All right. Yep. Turn 8 it is. Oof. Probably could have had a triple there because, you know, the SA doesn't isn't boosted by Haruhime's. You know, when you do an SA, it doesn't boost the SA gauge. So if I had waited, I probably could have had a triple here. Don't think that would have been worth, though. I think what we did here was the right call. So here we go. It's 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. What was the 3 again? 3, 1, 2, 1. And then next turn, we're going to do double SAs. All right. We're wearing them down a little bit, but the real damage is coming next turn. Boom. And this is literally just building off of what we did before. So if you need, you could pause this between turns and take notes on what's happening here, but pretty straightforward stuff. Nothing that we really kind of haven't discussed. All right. So let's see what she does here. Almost 5.5. Almost 5.5. Shakti hopefully will get 3.5. If she gets 3.5, this was worth. Remember, she's got 20% magic buff, which she didn't have any magic buff before, so... Yeah, no. It's not worth the double SA. It's not worth the double SA. So I should have just stuck with single SAs with Ryu. That's okay. That is definitely a live and learn moment. So the next SA that comes up, we're going to do with Ryu. See, a lot of this is just trial and error. A lot of this is the stuff I do behind the scenes that you don't ever get to see. And I really thought Shakti would do better than that, but... And I know Ryu's hitting hard because she gets her 100% magic buff, or 100% wind damage buff. I'm well aware of that. But, let's see, where's she at? I think she's got another turn. Yeah. So we're back down to base attacks with Shakti. That's the thing. Shakti runs out of steam. That's the other problem with her. That's why I really want to do SAs with her, but... sometimes you don't get the choice. There you go. Not quite 5, almost 5. Very nice. And because they don't really have a combo attack together, it really starts to make that dwindle. She should be 2 turns on this. Yeah, 2 turns left. So we're going to go ahead and do Sheikah to restore stam. So 2, 2, 2, 1. And that'll be the end of Shakti's stamina. I'm sweating a little bit if I tell the truth. Sweating just a little bit. I don't think this one's going to be as clear either. Yeah, I'm going to have to pay some Hero Ascension in either way. There's just no other way about it. I'm going to do one more just to get a little bit more there. 1, so 2, 2, 1, yeah, 2, 1, 2, and base. No. No, it doesn't look like it's possible. That is utterly painful. I'm going to have to pay some Ascension in or get some bonds. Oof, I really thought the win team was better than this. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I really thought the win team would do better. And I could hear you saying use the other... use the free-to-play. A +3, even sometimes a +2, with +3 stats is roughly the equivalent of a summonable unit that is maxed up but broken, before Ascension. So a free-to-play unit with no Ascension really kind of can't compare. Now, once again, I'm being stingy with my hero lights. I'm aware of that. There's no part of me that doesn't understand that. So there is more damage on the table, most assuredly. But the goal was to try to S-clear it with this team. I'm sure there's some assist changes I can make. There's probably some other things I could do. We're really close to an S-clear. Really close to an S-clear, and it just bugs the hell out of me. Also, I probably should have not used Shakti's second skill nearly as much. I should have saved it for the end of the match. That might make a bit of a difference here, but I don't think it's going to be the difference between the S-clear, if I'm completely honest. Though it could be. It very well could be. There is something to be said for that. Do we got it? Do we got it? Oh, we're really close. If we had done single SA with Ryu instead of double SA with Shakti, that would have been it. So there you go, guys. You have your strategy. Start playing with your teams. Really give this some thought. I wanted to give you guys like some, since I didn't quite make it, I wanted to give you guys some ideas and some access and some, thought processes on how the creation process goes. Now, obviously, we could be way better with more limit broken units and all that kind of stuff, but you could definitely clear this. Like, if you don't have a really insane team, this is completely doable. It's just going to take a little bit of work. And once again, if she was +3, it'd be a done thing. If I had done single SAs with Ryu, it'd have been done. So I'm going to go back in. I'm going to S-clear it. Let me know what you guys thought. Hopefully you guys can formulate something, because we've gotten all 4 of the win units here are all 100% in the current events, and you should be able to attain them. Even if they've been gone, you can use Jade Lights to acquire one of them, though I'm going to drop my Jade Light video here shortly, because I think there's an order of magnitude to units in the Jade Light. So we'll talk about that here coming up shortly. So if you haven't, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Catch you guys on the next one, and don't forget the Discord links. New Discords down there. Not only mine, but another Discord that has a really great Danmachi, Danmemo, and more specifically, Danmemo more specifically. But great Discords. Go check them out, guys. I'll be back with you shortly.